I mean, it's gonna always be somebody loves somebody more than another one do. That's a relationship. Always.
Understood, but
It's
you know,
always.
rational,
They don't make no sense, but that's a
rationalizing the
relationship.
fact that you cannot control what another person do is a strength. It's not a weakness. A lot of people think it's weak to date somebody that sees other people. It's not. You living your best life. You ain't got to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
I do not agree.
You don't have to agree. Everything ain't for everybody. You know, if you find somebody that wants to look at you and breathe with you and sleep with you and eat with you for the next 60 years, that's good for the both of y'all. But for the rest of the world who, like things different, I think that somebody should at least try an open relationship once in their life. It would change the way they think. I used to be one of those people who was always about monogamy, and you know what it kept me doing? I'm going to be real. It kept me going through his cell phone, checking on his Facebook page, looking to see who liked his status, looking to see who he liked. Once I let all that go, I've been living my best life.
Well, I don't know though. That sounds like
It's easier
like
for a woman to get. It's easier for a woman to find a man and keep him when she ain't worried about shackling him down and keeping him in one room. I guess it's different for guys than it is for women. But when you let go of all that and you no longer jealous about what's gonna happen, and you know that what's yours is yours. And if you can't keep it for yours, find another one. When you take that mentality that everything is replaceable, you don't worry about it no more.
Well, now, I agree with that wholeheartedly, but I don't think that's the same thing as just being in an open relationship. I think you can be like that and being in a committed relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Who has to have that, though? That's my thing. Who has to have that? Marriage defines. How can you be in a committed relationship? Listen, how can you be in a committed relationship if you're not married? Don't one of those parties, if they get tired of you, can't they walk away?
It's easy. You commit. Hell, marriage ain't.
Why would you want to commit to somebody? Why would you want to commit to somebody? First of all,
every day.
First of all, why are you hollering?
Because you ain't stopping talking.
I'm trying to ask the question. Who told anybody that they have to commit without being married?
Oh, one more time now.
Who told anyone that they had to commit in a relationship without being married?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still ain't getting that shit, but you can commit to someone without being married. I mean, we can agree on that, right?
I don't know. I think that marriage.
Or you can't.
I think that marriage defines commitment. I think that anything before marriage. I think that anything. Who follows the law these days? Who follows the law?
Man and woman.
I think that if people would give themselves a chance to dare to be different, they would see things in a whole nother light.
Look, you don't even want me in this conversation because I already told you how I feel about all this marriage and commitment and all this bullshit. I don't think we were meant to be. I don't think we were ever meant to be monogamy, like one and one. I really don't. I don't think it was meant to be that way.
Yeah.
Because it's way more. It's just the way that the statistics go. I don't think personally it was ever meant to be like you got one wife or one husband. I don't think it was.
And I can partially agree with that.
I don't think it was.
Agree.
I think you was meant to be in committed, but it was like that's how you built a family.
I don't
like more than one wife, more than one husband. Because see, every time I say that, women always come over there. You can have monogamy and monogamy. More than a wife can have more than one husband. I like, ain't nobody ever said that. I ain't got no problem with that. I like like I told you, like a lot of people like creating problems that don't exist. That's like what a lot of women say. A black man will have a problem with a black woman, like being with a white man, right? And I'm like, name one time you have seen black men like appalled about You know what I'm saying? Like, you can name 1,000 times when it was the other way around. That people talking about they ain't gonna go see a movie, they boycott the movie, they ain't gonna do this, they ain't gonna do that. And all these news articles where people are appalled about it, you ain't never heard it the other way around. We just don't care as much about a lot of stuff that you know, women just emphasize a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, the prime example is that did y'all watch the Oscars the other night? Did y'all watch it?
No.
Well, let me tell y'all about a part that y'all probably don't know about because nobody said nothing. Brad Pitt kissed Regina King. But you ain't heard one news article, have you? Ain't nobody said shit.
Nope.
You ain't heard shit.
Press.
Now, what if there was the other way around? Like, black women are appalled. They were saying this and that, and you shouldn't, blah, 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 blah. You would have heard something. Don't nobody have, if you didn't watch the Oscars, you don't even know that shit happened. They walked off the stage together and everything. You don't even know what happened. You ain't heard nothing about no rumor about they fucking nothing. But if it was the other way around.
I personally think that black women watch too much television when it comes to relationships. And they're thinking that they're supposed to have the same thing they see on television. That is freaking TV. And real life does not work anything like it does on television. If somebody, you know, the thing is, you know, you wind up in situations in life that you never knew that you would be facing. And you didn't ask for it. Sometimes it come to you. You know, and that's any of us. You know, some of the problems you wish you could get rid of, you never asked for none of that. But it come your way anyway. So my thing is this, things that don't have to be a problem, why let it?
Because most people have been programmed to believe what they want to believe. They're like, that's why we were talking about earlier, like, still on the subject of, what is it? What is considered to be too freaky? Wait, I'm saying it wrong again. What is too freaky? Because we got off into it, really in general talking about, you know, what we consider freaky things. We said that we say freaky because everybody don't consider the same stuff freaky as freaky. Freaky ain't necessarily just fucking, you know, it ain't sexual either. It's just things that women do, like I said, how we got on the subject is I was saying, like, it's a lot of people on social media, women, that dress in freaky nature. Like, you know, taking pictures in their drawers, shit like that. But you don't want to be known as a freak. You know, you don't want to be known as nothing like that, but you act in the part. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain stuff, if you don't want to be known or seen in the light, you shouldn't be goddamn doing. Like, with me, I'm different. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, my freak meter high. You know, because it ain't that much stuff that I'm be like, oh, shit, I can't fuck with you behind that. You know, but a lot of people not. They're not. So you can't get offended when people be like, well, I don't date motherfuckers like that. Or, you know, when something gets said about, because that's why I'm talking about Lizzo and all that stuff. When something gets said about you by doing something a certain way, because, you know, you kind of put yourself out there like that. You really did. I mean, I'm sorry. The world ain't fair, goddammit. But you put yourself out there like that. Like everybody freak meter is different. Just like what Hood just said. What Hood just said most women ain't finna do. I say 95% of the motherfuckers they finna do. You know what I mean? Because her freak level might be a little higher than a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know mine high. It's all kind of shit I wouldn't give a fuck about. You know? That wouldn't bother me. But a lot of people are more conservative with what they do. Just like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I met a chick, I can love you to death. I can love your dirty draw. Right? If I met a chick, let's say your sex is what's the word I'm looking for? Normal? or missionary. Your sex is real missionary. The way you do sex or have sex, whatever. I'm gonna get bored real fucking quick. You understand me? And I'm probably gonna cheat on your ass because I'm bored. You know what I mean? Now, this is what women don't get too. And a lot of men don't too. I ain't gonna just say women, a lot of men. Cheating don't necessarily mean a person love you less. It means that you're not giving them something that they're used to when most people cheat. Men and women. If you really sit down and you dig through the reason that they did something, it's a lot of different reasons, but it still will boil down to something that the other person give them. Now, here go what everybody say. The first thing you hear a woman say, this be a woman explanation. You ever notice a woman always say the same thing, but why don't you leave them then for the person that gave you whatever you're missing? That's because whatever you're missing is not that important. The little part that you missing is probably like 10% of whatever the fuck you want. So you ain't gonna leave no 90% motherfucker for a 10% motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? You just gonna get your 10%, for a day or two, and you may not need that 10% again for another 8 months. You know what I'm saying? So it's most people don't understand that, because here's what I'm getting at. Now everybody listen to that going, listen to this motherfucker here. Here's what I'm getting at. That's one of the whole reasons I feel like we're forced to be monogamous, and that's the reason that a lot of marriages don't work. Just being honest. Because you can't get the 10%. But it's like a lot of times, no man or woman is going to ever be somebody's whole 100%. But two might. You see what I'm saying? So now, if you got those two, you are no longer cheating. You know what I'm saying? You just got two. You see what I'm saying? So you being faithful to the ones you're supposed to be married to. And then, don't get me started on how all of a sudden God changed his mind and decided that it's supposed to be one man and one woman. But in the Old Testament days, when he was coming down performing all these miracles and throwing commandments at people and setting bushes on fire, he was like, you can have multiple wives. But suddenly, he changed his mind. On second thought, now that the world is halfway over, let's change that to one-on-one. No. We already done shared that story for you that don't remember the story that we shared, that we said we believe what happened. We said we believe what happened was, back in the day, I'm talking Old Testament biblical terms, the world was full of players, understand me? Back in the day. And what happened was, the players would be the ones that had all the women. But he married all the women. He wasn't cheating. He wasn't going around fucking everybody. He would marry all his women. Right? Now, for the square that ain't a player, they can't hardly get no women, he either ain't gonna get none, or he gonna end up with the worst of the flock. You understand me? So he decided one day, this shit ain't fair. He became a powerful son bitch at some point and said, you know what, we're gonna rewrite this to be fair, so I can get some goddamn women too. This is bullshit. So he changed that shit up so he can get some women too. Because this is what women don't know. Back in the day, in the Old Testament, y'all was doing that too. Y'all had multiple husbands. It was shit happening like a wife could marry into another family if that husband allowed her to go marry into another family. And she can have two husbands. So that make her have two husbands. So in essence, it will make your family huge. That you could pretty much control a lot of shit because y'all combine together. Basically like Mexicans and Indians be doing in America. They ain't marrying each other, but it's still the same format. You understand me? They combining all their money to do every fucking thing. And basically that's it. Everybody don't agree with that shit. I get it. I understand. But you have to ask yourself, why are you not agreeing with it? Because it's not because you just automatically had the belief and you was born with it. It's because you was programmed to have it. You was taught that. That's why you believe it. You was taught that from birth. And that's what you accepted. And that's why you believe it. And that's why it sounds so outlandish to you and you can't accept it. Because you was taught. Because if you was taught the other way and that's all you knew, you'd be doing it the other way and it wouldn't bother you one bit. But that's why Americans have the highest divorce rate than any country. That's why. Because everywhere else they kind of allow it. Even if they don't allow it legally, say for instance in England, they don't allow it legally to have multiple, wives, whatever. But they all know that they got a whole ceremony for when a man dies, that his mistress comes to the funeral and everything, and she'll be the only one in white. Got a whole ceremony set aside for it. Italians got a name for it, Gumas. You know what I'm saying? We the only country, it's a known thing in other places that they just have the man has a mistress. We the only country that doesn't. They kind of thump your nose down at it. Everywhere else is just commonplace. That's my thoughts. But we're gonna take a commercial break right here. We're gonna come back